In this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to get the most out of your reading with a psychic. Hello, I'm Wendy Rapp, spiritual life coach and intuitive reader. On this channel, I help you as a spiritually awakened person grow and evolve on your soul's journey. And if you're enjoying information like this, hit the subscribe button because I upload a new video every Sunday. Another working title I had for this video is what every reader wants their clients to know but probably won't tell them. The first tip I want to give you as a client to help you get the most out of your reading is to know that your energy affects the reading. So the energy you're bringing in to the reading room and to the reading process is going to affect the reader and their ability to give you the best possible reading. Now, it's okay to come in if you're upset or you're angry or you're frustrated about some situation in your life. That's probably why you're in the reading, getting the information and the guidance from us. But you've got to be able to control your emotions when you're in the room. And by that I mean, I've had clients come in who are so frustrated and so angry, they can't settle themselves down. And I've had people who sit and just sob and cry opposite me, and they're pretty incoherent. I can't even understand what they're trying to ask me. So it's very important that you give yourself some time before you come into the reading room to ground yourself and to release as much of that pent-up frustration as you can. Because if you don't, the reader has to, it's kind of like that thing where you pat your stomach and you pat your head and you rub your stomach, doing those two things. I can't do them. But it's like they have to protect themselves from your energy and kind of hold your energy at bay when it's that strong and that negative. And then they're trying to talk to spirit at the same time and get information. It's distracting for the reader. It makes their job more exhausting and more difficult, and it can interfere with the flow of the information that they get. So if you want your reader to be able to access the highest possible information for you, keep yourself in a calm state when you come in. It's okay if you're feeling certain emotions. I'm not saying you're going to come in without those emotions. Just don't come in a kind of an energy or a panic or sobbing all over the place, because that is going to interfere with our ability to give you the best possible reading. And the second tip is come prepared. So if you want to take notes during the session, or if you want to use a recording device, make sure you have note paper and pen with you. Don't rely on your reader to have it, because they might not have it available for you. And make sure you know how to use your recording device, whether it's your phone or some other device. Figure all of that out before you come into the reading space. And the third tip is along the lines of coming prepared. Now, most people, when they come for a reading, do have some idea of what they want to discuss, an area of concern or a question. But sometimes people like to come in and just say, well, tell me whatever spirit wants me to know. And that's okay. A reader can do that. But if you had a question in mind as well, but you wanted to know what spirit wants you to know first, you could end up using the whole reading session or the whole time frame that you're given with the reader telling you the information spirit wants you to know. And this has happened to me, where I have then given them all this information, and the buzzer goes off and we're done, basically. We got to wrap it up. And then the person says, well, what I really wanted to know was... Don't do that. Please don't do that. If you do have a question, the best way to phrase that is, well, I do have an area of concern that I'd like you to look into for me. I want you to look into my work, but before you do, could we just see what spirit wants me to know? That way the reader knows, okay, the first topic, which is what does spirit want you to know, we'll take a look at that, but then save time to be able to answer further questions about other things for you. So come prepared, have an idea of what you want to discuss, and if there is something you really do have on your mind, let the reader know that first. And the fourth tip is, don't try to interpret what the reader is giving you at that moment. Just be open and just listen. Sometimes let's just say somebody comes in and they want to know about how they can go about finding a new job. And I will say, well, I see a woman who's going to be very helpful in giving you information about a new job. And immediately people, and I understand this, people go into that place of, well, that's got to be my sister, or it's got to be my best friend, and they try to place it with people they know. Spirit's not telling me who it is. So if Spirit's not telling me who it is, trust that it might not be somebody you know. You might end up going to the coffee shop later that day and hearing a woman who's talking about how her company is hiring. But if you're so busy thinking about, well, it's going to come through my sister or my friend, you might block the blessing of starting a conversation with this woman about her job hiring. So be open to the information, just listen to it, don't try to interpret it or place it with what you know, because oftentimes Spirit is giving you information that is outside of your known framework, your knowledge. There's something else that they're bringing in for you. You just have to be open and take those clues as you move along and let them guide you along the way. And the fifth tip is, don't expect the reader to tell you what Spirit wants you to do, or what's the right thing or the wrong thing to do, or to have all the details to working through a problem. The reason for that is we're here to learn lessons, and we have to make choices, and those choices are part of our lessons and part of how we all grow and evolve. So a reader will give you guidance, they will give you clues and hints from the divine. Sometimes they're very big clues and it's pretty obvious what you need to be doing. Other times it's kind of it's a either or, and it's up to you to make the decision, but that's the point. You need to make the decision. So don't expect the reader to be able to give you the answers to all of your life's problems. The answers come from you and the guidance that you receive from the reader. And just remember, there really is no right or wrong in any of the decisions we make. They're lessons. And if you look at it that way, it's a lesson. Next time I'm going to make a different decision on whatever the matter is, Spirit will help you. And if you make a decision you feel is the wrong decision, just know the Spirit is there to help you. But usually the guidance that is given to you in a reading will help you avoid any potential upsets or problems. I hope that information was helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I upload a new video every Sunday, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to connect with me on social media, the links are below in the description box. As always, remember, you are a spark of the divine. Share your light with the world. Blessings.